Good evening and welcome to the June 23rd San Marino Unified School District Board of Education meeting. The time is 5:35 and I'm calling this meeting to order. The board forgoed a closed session this evening. So there's nothing to report from a closed session that we didn't have. So let's continue. All meetings of the Board of Education are open to members of the public unless publicly noticed as a confidential closed session as allowed by the law. Members of the public may address the board as outlined in the public comment section of the agenda. The audio of all meetings is recorded and a member of the public may be held liable for any slanderous or otherwise defamatory statement. In consideration of the board and members of the audience, please turn off or silence your cell phones while in the boardroom. The San Marino Unified School District encourages those with disabilities to participate fully in the public meeting process. If you need a disability-related modification or accommodation, including auxiliary aids or services to participate in the public meeting, contact the assistant to the superintendent at jdelatorre@smusd.us or 626-299-7000, extension 1310, at least 48 hours before the scheduled board meeting so that we may make every reasonable effort to accommodate you. Documents provided to a majority of the Board of Education regarding an open session item on this agenda will be made available for public inspection in the district office located at 1665 West Drive, San Marino, during normal business hours. In addition, such writings and documents may be viewed on the district's website at www.smusd.us. This is open session now, and I'd like to call to order. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Yeah.
Mr. Sung?
Yep.
Ms. Lamb is currently absent and we'll make a note of when she arrives. Mrs. Ryan?
Present.
Mrs. Gill, present. I'd like to now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will please rise and face the flag. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Approval of agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan and Mr. Chang. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the 6/08/26 special board meeting minutes?
I move to approve.
Thank you. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Roll call, Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Mrs. Lamb is not here at the moment. Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Do I have a motion to approve the 6/9/26 special board meeting minutes?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Chang?
Second. Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Do I have a motion to approve the 6/9 regular board meeting minutes?
Salute. Go ahead. Salute.
Thank you, Mr. Sung.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. Roll call, Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
And Mrs. Gill, aye. Section 7, public comment. The Board of Education has adopted Board Policy 9323B to ensure the public's right to be heard in any matters pertaining to the San Marino Unified School District. Persons who wish to provide public comment will have 3 options to submit public comments. 1, submit through an online form. Did we have any online forms submitted?
We had no submissions today.
Thank you. Number 2, request to speak during the meeting via Zoom. Mr. Wong, please pause the meeting for 1 minute to collect public comments.
The 1 minute starts now. Communications from the audience regarding matters not on the agenda or items in the information, consent, or action sections, please provide your comments now. If you would like to request to speak during the meeting, please press the raise hand icon to make a request. If you're calling in from home, please dial *9 or please submit a public comment card. There's approximately 35 seconds left. And we do have an attendee wishing to speak.
Go ahead, and just a reminder, it's 5 minutes per speaker. Please state your name and address.
All right, Carla, you've been given permission to speak.
Carla Alspar, and I'm at 2410 Mission Street, San Marino, 91108.
Thank you.
Thank you. So my name, like I said, is Carla, and my child attends Valentine as a soon-to-be first grader. A couple of months ago, I created a petition to get parents together who feel concerned about tech in our schools. 132 parents in mostly TK and Kinder from Valentine signed this petition. Those parents want to see a change. I get texts and messages pretty often asking what they can do and if the school has made any changes or offered an opt-out policy. What we feel is we're not comfortable with kids on Chromebooks and iPads with headphones. I met with school administration, our principal, vice principal, counselor. They let us know it was about 145 minutes a week that they'll be using Chromebooks in first grade. Currently, our teachers are using it as a reward or as a punishment. And our family personally this past year didn't feel that that was a very successful, didn't have successful outcomes from this strategy. It felt confusing for our child to have it be a reward or a punishment depending on his actions throughout the day. In the user agreement, it's noted that if a user misuses a device, it could be taken away. So this means that there should be some kind of plan in place for kids who cannot use it. And when I asked the school about this, they told me they didn't really have one. Parents just want to know how they can opt out of this if they're not comfortable signing the parental consent for devices. School administration also let me know there's not a plan. They told me I was the first to request an opt-out, and I might be the first to request it formally, but I'm definitely not the first or the only one that feels this way. I might be the first one to bring it to the attention of the district, but there are many parents who feel this way and want to see a change. We are also waiting to hear any response about the iReady class action lawsuit as our school is involved in iReady, and we want to know that our child's privacy and safety is being kept and are anxiously awaiting to hear a reply. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more speakers on Zoom?
No, there are not.
Okay, thank you. As a reminder, we're prohibited to respond because of the Brown Act. And now the third way is request to speak during the meeting in person via the public comment card. Do we have any submissions via public comment card?
I have no submissions this evening.
Okay, thank you so much. Moving on to section 8, public hearing. At this time, I would like to turn it over to Dr. Stephen Choi to conduct a public hearing regarding the proposed education parcel tax on the November 3rd, 2026 ballot.
Thank you, President Gill. Mr. Wong, go ahead and please start the timer to take requests from members of the public who may wish to address the board. The district is considering a measure to combine and renew its two existing parcel taxes, measures E and R, into a single special tax for a 6-year term. Before the board considers a resolution establishing the terms of the measure, government code requires the board to hold a hearing to receive public input. Accordingly, the board is now conducting a public hearing regarding a proposed education parcel tax measure to be placed on the ballot for the November 3rd, 2026 statewide general election. Members of the public who wish to comment may do so by pressing the raise hand icon or by submitting a public comment card.
There are 14 seconds left. We do not have any attendees wishing to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. And that concludes our public hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Choi. Number 9, information items. Measure M update. I'd like to turn it back over to Dr. Choi to update the board on the progress and current standing of Measure M.
We actually have one more public hearing on the AB 1200.
Do we? Oh, I apologize. I would like to turn it back over to Dr. Choi for the AB 1200 public disclosure of collective bargaining agreement.
Thank you, President Gill. And Mr. Wong, go ahead and please start the timer again to accept speaking requests. The San Marino Unified School District is now holding a public hearing on the 2026-27 AB 1200 report disclosure for the San Marino Teachers Association, the California School Employees Association, and the Management Administrative Confidential and Unrepresented Salary Employees. This hearing complies with California Government Code Section 3547.5, Education Code Section 42142, and the criteria and standards adopted by the State Board of Education. If you'd like to make a request to speak on this topic, please press the raise hand icon or submit a public comment card.
There's 20 seconds left. We do not have any attendees wishing to speak.
Thank you. And that concludes this public hearing.
Thank you so much. And now for section 9, our update on Measure M, Dr. Choi.
All right. Thank you again, President Gill, members of the Board of Education, executive team, and the San Marino Unified School District community. As summer gets underway, several important activities and projects are moving forward across the district. Before I turn it over to our bond program manager, Jim Burlew, for a more detailed project update, I would like to briefly highlight the 6 Measure M related items included in tonight's consent section for approval. These items include easement and boundary services, architectural services for interim housing at San Marino High School, demolition and site cleanup services at Carver, as well as interim housing contractor services at both Valentine and San Marino High School, and an inspection and testing service for the new playground projects. I'm also pleased to share that the Measure M hotline is also now operational and is included in our neighborhood notification letters, providing community members with a direct line for project-related questions or concerns. And at this time, I will now turn it over to Jim to provide some additional updates on the summer as well as upcoming projects.
Good evening, everyone. President Gill, members of the board, Superintendent De La Torre, and executive members of the school board here. Appreciate the time to speak tonight. So tonight, I'm going to try to keep it brief. I know everybody's got a lot going on. So right now we have the projects that are taking place. We have our athletic field and track that's underway at the high school. Tomorrow, if the board approves it tonight, we have the interim housing that's going to begin at the high school as well. And we have the boys field house, the re-roofing that's taking place. That'll begin on June 29th of this month. And then Carver Elementary School, we currently have our shop fabrication in for the playground and the shade structure. That should be completed by tomorrow. They called me today on that one. Tomorrow, our demolition will start out at Carver as well. We've already met with leadership at the sites to let them know what's taking place. And we will meet them tomorrow morning as well, the contractors as well as the site leaders, to show everybody what's taking place. We also have the site construction right after that is probably going to begin around July 13th at Carver, and that's when you'll start to see the playground starting to go into the site out there. Valentine, shop fabrication for the playground as well is done tomorrow. Site demo and construction is going on right now as we speak. And then tomorrow we will start with the interim housing at Valentine at 8 o'clock in the morning as well. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this? We did also walk around the community in the neighborhoods, all 3 school sites, and we handed out the flyers as well to the neighbors to let them know that this is taking place. So,
do you have roughly when it's going to be done interim housing? Typically,
the interim housing will probably be done and hopefully right before school starts. It's a very tight schedule, but we're going to start to put the buildings in at the high school as soon as possible. We already have the calls into the Will Scott, the manufacturer, to deliver them. Like if they can bring them tomorrow, I said bring them tomorrow. So as soon as they get them and they put them together, then we'll start upfitting the inside. And then hopefully by the end of July is our plan. We'll be out of the inside so the staff can get in and start putting all their belongings in there and just make it home for a little while. Yeah, that's good.
Did any of the activities affect the summer school activities that are going on right now, as well as the Little League and things like that? Did it affect them?
We were starting at Valentine tomorrow. So far, nothing has impacted anybody that we have not been able to coordinate around. And we have communicated with all the sites of what we're going to do and when it's going to start and how it will fence off areas. So all the sites have been made aware of it, and they have made the provisions to adjust if there is any impact to the students. So we start tomorrow.
You're essentially saying, summer school and Little League have not been affected.
As far as I'm aware, they have not been affected. They've adjusted and gone to different locations if there is any kind of an
Do you
impact.
want to speak on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The fountains don't have any play structure, obviously.
Yeah.
But we brought out more handballs, more basketballs, and there was some.
And there was a meeting with the affiliates prior to anything happening on the campuses to be proactive in addressing potential concerns and issues. So I think that all parties involved have done a great job in being out front and really being proactive.
Yeah. It is a very tough situation. We are aware of that. We are trying to adjust and work around everything to
I know.
be as,
At the softball field, my son's in that, and there's no little league at Valentine.
Right.
Or Carver.
Our upcoming projects that we're actually actively working on right now at San Marino High School, as everybody knows, the two-story building, we're in the middle of getting the contracts reviewed and get those executed. That's taking place now. We have the roofing that we're putting out to bid. That'll be going out to bid this Thursday for 3 buildings at the high school. So that'll take about 3 weeks to get through the bidding process itself. And then we have the scoreboard and the HVAC that's in process. It goes to DSA this week for the HVAC. And then Carver, we're going to be going out for the request for proposals from design professionals for the modernization of Carver and Huntington. So that's in the beginning stages right now. So we'll get architects that come in that give proposals for the district to consider who they may want. So that process will take probably about a month or so, 2 months to have done. And then from there, we're back up to Valentine. So we're working on the shade structures as well, the 2 drop-off areas. So these are the ones that are in the works right now. This will happen after this summer. Does anybody have any questions on these? Okay. With that, that would conclude my presentation. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions before he departs? No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, since our city council here, so we as a courtesy, we want the city know, we have a lot of construction ongoing, so you can deliver the message to them,
Thank you, Mr. Ching. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Richter to present the 2025-26 LCFF local indicators.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Delatorre, and Executive Cabinet. Tonight, I am pleased to provide the Board of Education a brief overview of the local control funding formula, also known as the LCFF, local indicators. The purpose of this presentation is to present just a brief overview of the non-state assessed metrics that measure the district performance on state priorities that are established by the LCFF. So the State Board of Education, as we all know, has identified 8 state priorities deemed essential for student achievement, each of which must be included in the LCAP each year. Of these 8, 5 are recognized as local indicators, indicators 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Both local and state indicators are reflected not only in the LCAP each year, but also on the California School Dashboard. For the local indicator reporting requirements, districts must gather data for each local indicator based on locally available data. The district will earn a MET on the California dashboard if it meets these 3 criteria. They have to measure the assessment of the local indicators. They have to present the results to the board at a public board meeting. And then lastly, they have to upload the local indicators in narrative form on the CDE website by August 1st of each year. Once they do all 3 of these, the district has met all the requirements for all of the local indicators. So we'll start with priority 1, which is the local indicator of basic conditions. Districts are annually required to measure their progress in meeting the Williams settlement requirements 100% district-wide. This includes appropriately assigned and credentialed teachers, access to curriculum-aligned instructional materials, and lastly, safe and clean and functional school facilities, and that includes all school sites as well. For the 25-26 school year, San Marino Unified had all teachers, with the exception of one misassignment only, but still within the subject matter, already addressed for 26-27, so we've taken care of that. All but one were appropriately credentialed and assigned. 100% of the students had access to standards-aligned instructional materials, and all facilities were in good repair, with all 4 schools once again earning exemplary status on the FIT, which is the facilities inspection tool that is administered annually. So the status of this priority, or this local indicator, is being considered as met. Priority 2 is implementation of state academic standards. The State Board of Education approved a reflection tool which was utilized to track and summarize progress in implementing the California Academic State Standards. For this indicator, implementation of academic state standards for all subject areas were reported as full implementation with sustainability. So the status of this local indicator is also being marked as met. For priority 3, which is parent engagement, districts annually reflect and measure progress made in parent and guardian family engagement in the areas of the 3 circles, as you can see in the middle: building relationships, building partnerships for student outcomes, and seeking input for decision-making. For this indicator, progress is demonstrated through multiple opportunities for parent and guardian engagement, self-reflection, and the California school surveys, as well as opportunities for input in decision-making. So as you can see, a few of these prominent engagement opportunities are reflected on this slide. And the slide was too small to include all of the wonderful opportunities we provide our parents, families, and community to be involved and engaged. So therefore, the status of this priority is also being considered as met. Priority 3 also includes parent engagement. And for 2026, 25-26, but we consider it as 26, San Marino Unified administered the California Healthy Kids Survey, as well as the California Staff Survey and Parents Survey. These also showed favorable results for San Marino Unified's effort in encouraging active partnerships, welcoming parent participation and involvement, and authentically acknowledging the power of parental involvement, and really taking our parents' word, input, feedback, and concerns seriously. So as a district, we acknowledge and appreciate the value of our parent partnerships, and we work with intention to strengthen this partnership year after year. So the status of this indicator, number 3, is also considered being met. Priority 6 is school climate, and of course, this is the California Healthy Kids Survey. To gather local data on school climate, our district, like many others, administer a climate survey known as the California Healthy Kids Survey every year. And that provides a valid measure of students' perceptions of school safety and school connectedness, among a lot of other areas. So we are proud to see that over the past year, student perceptions of feeling safe at school and feeling like they belong have increased. 83% of participating students in these grade levels, 5, 7, 9, and 11, indicated that they feel safe at school, and 68% indicated that they feel connected to their school. That is a 4% and 1% increase from last year, respectively. The highest percentages we see here are in grades 5 and 9. The status of this indicator is also being considered met. And then lastly, we come to access to a broad course of study. Districts are annually required to measure the progress in the extent to which all students, including English learners, socioeconomically disadvantaged students, homeless and foster, and all students with disabilities, have access to a broad course of study as specified in Education Code. So we are pleased to announce that 100% of our students in San Marino Unified School District continue to have full access to a broad course of study as defined by California Ed Code 51210 and 51220 A through I. So therefore, the status of this last indicator is also being considered as met. So what does that mean for us with regards to next steps? Districts closely review all of the indicators, whether they're state or local indicators, to determine actionable next steps for continuous improvement. So the next step for me would be to upload the local indicators to the CDE dashboard for the fall 2026 dashboard, which is anticipated to be released October 15th, 2026. We're also looking at a deeper focus on data-driven and personalized instruction. That has been a significant focus this past year, and we're going to continue to focus on that in the upcoming school year to ensure that we meet all students where they are and they receive the appropriate instruction and support to best meet their individual learning needs. We're going to update school scorecards. We're going to strengthen our work in universal design for learning, project-based learning, small group instruction, and various academic pathways as a commitment to elevate student growth. And all of these will definitely contribute to personalized learning. We're going to deepen the work around activities and programs that increase and strengthen positive school climate. And I'm just going to put a little plug in there. As we know, both Carver and Valentine received platinum status with PBIS for the past 2 consecutive years. So we're excited about that work. But this work also includes Link Crew and Web at the high school and the middle school. And then lastly, once the dashboard is released, we are going to utilize that data in our data inquiry cycles to expand parent and family engagement, data-driven instruction, small group instruction, personalized learning, and we're going to utilize all this data to develop the new LCAP for the 27 to 28 school year, and continue to build community partnerships, family learning nights, other events where we're involving our families and our communities, and much, much more. So a lot of work to be done in the future. And that concludes my brief overview of the local indicators. And as shared earlier, these will be uploaded tomorrow, way ahead of the deadline of August 1st. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
No, thank you for your thorough report. I do look forward on the work on improving the student connectedness. And I think as well as the parents feeling it's sort of parent connectedness too. Right. I mean, so that together is something I think that stands out when everything else is so high. I mean,
absolutely.
Still good, but
yes.
Good, thank you.
And the data is intentionally passed down to our school sites and the site leadership, and they take that data and they share it with their school site and develop actionable plans at their school site to help elevate those perceptions as well.
Do you have any data that for the student who said not connected to the school, like grade 11 especially, that why they're not connected?
So that work, yes. So the survey doesn't identify that data. It doesn't ask that question specifically, but that is the work, the authentic work that's being done at the school site. And that's why it's important that that data is shared with our school sites. So then they, as a faculty, can look at their student demographics, their student population, and look at their data for their specific school site to identify students who may not feel connected to their school and put in place strategies and supports to help address those students who may not feel some connection, and build systems that would help students feel connected to their school, whether it's through PBIS, web, Safe School Ambassadors, Hangouts, whatever it may be. I'm looking at Michelle, so I'm talking about middle school specifically. But that's why it's important that this data is shared with faculty at each school site, because they know their school population, they know their students, and they know the best supports to implement to support those students who may not have strong perceptions of school safety or school connectedness. And I know that the work that we've done with restorative practices has really helped elevate the perception of school connectedness. And that's evident from our attendance rates. Our attendance rates have continued to increase significantly over the past 3 years. And I think that's because kids love coming to school. They feel safe and they feel connected.
Lena, can you talk a little bit about program or scheduling and how that lends itself to address belonging, connectedness? I'm talking a little bit about block scheduling, but primarily I'm talking about how we address students who may or may not feel in a traditional setting that connectedness or that sense of belonging. I noticed you put up a whole bunch of acronyms that I'm sure
Sorry.
a lot of people are not as familiar with. But I'm just saying, when we're looking at that, how does scheduling allow our teachers to look at the data on a more regular basis?
With regards to allowing to help me understand the question better, to allow our teachers to have the time to disaggregate that data? Absolutely. I think this past year, we've really taken advantage of our 3 professional development days to build in half a day for each of those 3 days, to really dive into the data, whether it's behavioral data, academic data, or social emotional data, to really understand where our kids are in all of those 3 areas and build supports to help strengthen their perceptions and their feelings in each of those areas. We've also taken advantage of our curriculum planning days. Every teacher has 4 every year. And so they've really taken the time there to plan with their colleagues to build systems that are vertically aligned. So as students matriculate from, let's say, 1st grade to 2nd or 6th grade to 7th grade, that those systems of support are continuous. And when we look at scheduling, we really take advantage of where we can build systems with regard to enrichment and intervention at both ends of the spectrum to support our students where it's not compromising their instructional day or their core content areas during the instructional day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
At this time, I would like to turn the presentation over to Superintendent Dr. De La Torre for the 2025-26 District Goals Update.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the Board of Education, executive team. This presentation this evening is going to highlight the significant accomplishments that San Marino Unified School District has achieved over the past year. We have made real substantial progress in advancing the 4 strategic board goals that were established last June. These achievements reflect the hard work and dedication of our entire school community, students, staff, families, all working together in addition to our education partners. Today, we're going to walk through each of these goals briefly and discuss the concrete results that we have delivered. Thank you, Mr. Hung. So the slide that you're looking at now illustrates the 2025-26 board goals overview. And we, as you know, have 4 key board goals for this year. Safety and wellness, which you see up there as labeled A, is a top priority for the school district in creating and maintaining an environment where students and staff both feel safe in the environment where they are working. We're evaluating current practices as we have been for the last several years to make sure that they fit in with what is absolutely best and safest for both students and staff. And we continue to look for ways to enhance both physical and mental wellness across the district. As far as physical health goes, we must continue to ensure that the district remains financially solvent and that is sustainable over time, which means that the current budget management and implementation practices have to support long-term financial stability. Community, we are committed to strengthening the awareness and understanding of our mission and our vision, and this involves better communication with families and the broader community about what we're doing in San Marino Unified School District and why we're doing it. In terms of the board's goal D, postgraduate success, ultimately we want to prepare our students for success beyond graduation. Whether that's college, career, or other pathways, this goal really ties all of that together. Through these 4 goals, we're working together to create a comprehensive framework for our work that was completed this year. Oh, thank you, Kwok. I have the remote too, sorry. So, hold on a second here. Right. As far as our elementary schools go, looking at safety and wellness, they have continued their restorative practices work, as you heard from Dr. Richter, and they're proud to share that they have earned platinum status under the PBIS recognition for the second consecutive year, which is really incredible. This recognition is one that I believe the schools are very proud of, and we are as well. And that's a real testament to our staff and students' commitment to a positive school culture. In terms of fiscal health on the budget front, we've been meeting monthly with our business department to keep things on track. Each one of the elementary school principals has been more aware of their budget this year than ever before. And the PTAs have been incredible. They raised record funds this year to support positions and programs that the school district needs to be successful. We've also successfully supported increased enrollment across our elementary schools. As the Board of Education is aware, we are now educating transitional kindergarten students. We have 4 sections at one school and 3 sections at another. So when we talk about the numbers that have increased at the elementary schools, that is one of the primary reasons why we have more kids at our elementary schools than ever before. And the elementary principals were proud to celebrate that their students and staff regularly, through weekly principal communications, have made sure to recognize the PTA and community partners for their work. So recognition has been something that they've been working on this past year. They've also focused on helping new staff integrate smoothly into their schools and supporting district cultures of excellence. In terms of postgraduate success, Valentine earned California Distinguished School Recognition for 2025, which is a major accomplishment. Carver's MDLI program, Mandarin Dual Language Immersion Program, continues to grow successfully and has expanded to 2nd grade this year. We're going into 3rd grade for the 26-27 school year. We continue to have a waiting list for that program as it remains a very popular and highly sought after program. In addition, the elementaries have adopted a state-approved science curriculum, and they're on track for full implementation starting in 26-27. They have implemented data inquiry cycles to focus more on instructional efforts and continue UDL walkthroughs to keep improving their teaching practices. Next slide, please. And at Huntington Middle School, with which Mrs. Coda can attest to, there's lots to be proud of. They were, in fact, recognized by U.S. World News as one of the best middle schools in the nation. And so we're very proud of Huntington Middle School for that acknowledgement and recognition. Under the board goal of safety and wellness, they have, of course, partnered with the PTA in a very powerful way to ensure that all classrooms and learning spaces are extremely safe. They've updated emergency supplies with a PTA partnership, new bins and classroom kits for all teachers. They have enhanced security with additional cameras across the campus. Again, I'd just like to acknowledge the fact that we were able to do that through the support of a safety grant that Dr. Choi worked very hard to achieve with the help of Police Chief Encontro. They have shifted away from exclusionary discipline practices and moved toward restorative practices school-wide, which is contributing to a more positive school culture on a daily basis. They've held wellness awareness work weeks focused on mental health and student well-being, which is really important to all student success. And they've had regular monthly wellness collaboration meetings to support their ongoing initiatives. In terms of fiscal health, there has been strong PTA fundraising taking place at Huntington. As an example, the Huntington Breakfast, Springtime Fun, Parent Party fundraising events have taken place, and all of which have been extremely successful. First day packet donations really boosted the resources that Huntington Middle School has to support student education, and consistent weekly site and monthly district accounting oversight has helped tremendously in terms of managing their budget in a very conservative fashion. Growing enrollment numbers and maintaining strong attendance rates have helped the school thrive. And careful collaboration with the PTA on spending priorities aligned with site and district goals have really advanced the school's initiatives. Successful ASB and yearbook fundraising has helped the school tremendously. And then under the heading of community awareness, weekly family communication keeps all stakeholders informed of important issues and deadlines related to Huntington Middle School. Working with public information officer on a regular basis to showcase HMS goals and achievements. So the partnership with the public information officer has been very powerful in highlighting the work that's being done at the middle school. And then the active PTA and school site council meetings have been instrumental in facilitating strong communication. The school initiatives directly aligned to our mission, their mission and vision, have helped highlight to the community what work is being done at the school and how they are improving on all of those metrics going forward. Strong stakeholder involvement has been apparent across the board. And under the heading of postgraduate success, Huntington Middle School earned the California Distinguished School Award for 2026. So we are extremely proud of them for that recognition. They have rigorous academics with advanced coursework and enrichment options. Partnership with San Marino High School allows vertical articulation between the two schools and allows 8th graders to take advanced placement courses. Leadership development through EASB clubs and student-led activities is ongoing. And career exploration via Career Week, guest speakers and learning opportunities are plentiful. They have planned this year for the implementation of a PCC partnership and a dual enrollment course that will take place at the start of the second semester at Huntington Middle School. So we're very happy about that. That will allow 8th grade students to earn college credits while being on our middle school campus. They have a very strong arts program and outdoor and experiential learning that takes place in the outdoor activities. So Huntington Middle School is very focused on the Board of Education's 4 goals, and you're seeing that through the work that's being done there. UDL strategies are supporting all Huntington Middle School learners and encouraging student agency. In addition to that, restorative practices build conflict resolution skills and self-advocacy skills, both very important for navigating the middle school environment, which is never easy, as you are all aware. Okay, and then next slide, please, Mr. Hong. San Marino High School. San Marino High School is really on a continuous track of improvement. And when you are one of the top performing high schools, it is really difficult to be able to see substantial change. But we have been seeing that over the past several years at San Marino High School, and we're very, very proud of their success. They have earned platinum honor roll status from the College Board for the 2nd consecutive year, which is a major achievement. Very difficult to achieve that. So 88% of our high school graduates are taking at least one advanced placement course, which is exceptional. We're not seeing those numbers at very many schools in this area. All advanced placement metrics are up, which is awesome. More students enrolled, more exams taken, and more students passing. That's really difficult. And that's happening at San Marino High School, showing real growth across the board, which we're very proud of. We have secured, as you know, a full 6-year accreditation from WASC, which is becoming less common. And we're very proud of the work that our WASC team, which included teachers, department chairs, classified staff, administration, and parents and students. And they all work together to create a comprehensive WASC plan. And they recognized all of the achievements that San Marino High School continues to make and certified the school for another 6 years through accreditation. And then San Marino High School has been recognized as a California Distinguished School. And this is a statewide honor that reflects their overall excellence, and we're very proud of that. And this year, we graduated our first cohort of medical arts students, and that is a significant milestone. So I want to take this opportunity to really thank Mr. C. Joseph Chang, our board member who has served for over a quarter of a century. He has worked so hard in partnership with the school district, with PCC, and with other education partners to really support the medical arts program. And he does this out of the kindness of his heart and really is very passionate about supporting students. And I'm so grateful as a superintendent. I know my team is grateful. I know the rest of the board is grateful. So thank you, Mr. Chang. Okay, so we're moving on. This laptop is so slow. I'm so sorry. Class of 2026, and the Board of Education recently heard a presentation from Dr. Benjamin Wolf, the high school principal, on the stats of college acceptances. But I'm just going to go briefly over this because I'm so proud of what our students continue to achieve. And they just have these incredible college pathways that we are also proud of. So 78% are headed to four-year colleges, 22% to community colleges with transfer plans. The UC acceptance rate is up 64% from 2 years ago, which is a significant improvement. And UC Berkeley acceptance rate is double the national average in San Marino. And that is something to be proud of for sure. We have some prestigious university acceptances. We had students be accepted to Cornell, Penn, and West Point this year, beating UC acceptance rates of at 8 of 9 USC campuses. So that's pretty incredible. And with specific numbers, 12 to Berkeley, 14 to UCLA, 28 to Northeastern, 6 to Purdue, 9 to NYU, 3 to Ohio State, and 1 to MIT. And MIT is one of the most difficult institutes of higher education to be accepted. And so we are so, so proud. And this is the second year in a row that we've been able to get a student into MIT. So congratulations to our students for that. We have, as the board is aware, award-winning programs in preparation. We have a national champion robotics team, state and national champion speech and debate program. We mentioned the Titan Medical Arts Academy. We have that wonderful partnership with the Huntington Library that provides for our humanities program. We have a STEM program in partnership with Caltech. Again, thank you, Mr. Chang, for your support of that program ongoing. And these rigorous programs prepare our students for college success. And so the board may be wondering, what are the most popular majors that our kids are pursuing when they go off to college? And the number one is business. So we have about 29 students majoring in business, 20 students majoring in biology. We have 12 students majoring in engineering, 7 in political science, 5 in psychology. And so you see that we have a very diverse range of academic interests across the class of 2026. Okay, moving on. So district department accomplishments, we have food services, technology, and maintenance and operations. All of these departments work to support our students' education. In food services, we've expanded growth in meal volume and expanded serving capacity. More kids each year continue to eat lunch in our cafeterias. The food services department has provided a collaborative approach to menu planning. Students have a voice in what they're eating, and we're going to continue to increase the participation that students have in the food that's being made available to them. And we're also going to be educating our students on what the boundaries are with respect to that and why we have to serve certain food. There's nutritional requirements that our food services department has to meet, and we have to increase the amount of food that is being made from scratch every year. So we're going back to making things from scratch as opposed to having processed foods available for kids, which is really great for their health overall. And there's diversification with our catering and food truck services, which is wonderful. In terms of our technology department, and Kwok could speak to this, security cameras are a major investment this year, 25-26. We have expanded coverage, meaning better safety across all 4 campuses. We have new integrations and safety apps that were tested to find what works best before a full rollout, which is really important. And then we have a focus on cybersecurity, more so than ever before. It's absolutely critical. We are actively monitoring and responding to threats. And I am really proud of the way that our technology department gets the word out quickly when we have phishing scams, and really helps our employees to train them on what to look for and how to be preventative. M&O security improvements have been made at all key facilities, Huntington Middle School, M&O Warehouse, to enhance safety. We have water conservation efforts in our sprinkler systems to support our sustainability goals. We had facility upgrades like stadium seating and LED lighting to improve student experiences and reduce energy costs. And our maintenance and operations action plan demonstrates a commitment to clean, well-maintained campuses. And there have been many improvements in that area this year. In terms of the district department accomplishments in accounting, we've had consistent budget monitoring, monthly meetings to stay on top of finances. Financial reports have been certified and positive with stable projections ahead. We successfully piloted a new absence and leave system before the full HCM payroll system launch, which is the best system. In purchasing, we continue to distribute air purifiers, filters, supplies, and security equipment across all district schools. We're working closely with the Measure M bond initiatives, providing training and supporting procurement for facilities and accounting projects, and we've streamlined deliveries. Going to the next slide. In terms of executive team achievements, the pie chart that you see up on the screen shows strong community support for our bond measures. Measure M at 71% and Measure R at 76% approval, which is incredible. We're actively implementing Measure M projects, as we are all aware, starting with early impact and Tier 1 initiatives. The playground equipment at both Valentine and Carver will be replaced over the summer. Our football field is being refreshed and replaced over the summer as well. Launched a new transparency platform to enhance fiscal outreach and community trust. Growing enrollment, we've added 146 students, bringing us up from 2,944 students to 3,090 students. We've established district-wide wellness centers to support student health and well-being, built a data-driven culture to inform our decision-making, and expanded restorative practices across all schools and earned PBIS Platinum recognition 2 years in a row. Grew our Mandarin dual language immersion program to meet the demand. And we have convened curriculum study committees in science and math to strengthen our instruction. We've successfully adopted a new science curriculum spanning TK through 12th grade. And we have 2 exciting signature programs launching soon, which is elementary speech and debate. We're super excited about that offering at 4th and 5th grade, and dual enrollment at Huntington Middle School, which we've talked about. So we are leading with our #1 ranking in California for combined ELA and math CASP scores. This is a statewide recognition of our academic excellence across all 4 schools. We are wanting to highlight our 93% AP pass rate, showing students are mastering college level work and they are prepared for higher education. And we would like also to point to our 99.5% graduation rate, nearly perfect outcomes that far surpass both state and national benchmarks. And we'd like to emphasize that every single SMUSD school has earned both National Blue Ribbon and California Distinguished School honors. This is comprehensive district-wide recognition that we are extremely proud of. And we want to call out the recent wins: San Marino High School's 2024 National Blue Ribbon Award, Valentine's 2024 California Distinguished School Award, showing our excellence in current and ongoing. And then we'd like to just end this presentation with thoughts about our future. When we met with the Board of Education to develop our 2026-27 goals, we worked with the Board of Education to come up with the 4 goals that you see up on the screen. L stands for learning environments, ensure safe, secure, and supportive learning environments that promote student wellness and belonging. E stands for economic sustainability, maintain, enhance strategic fiscal sustainability and future academic and program innovation investments. A stands for awareness and partnership, enhancing community partnerships. And D stands for destination readiness, advanced student achievement and future readiness. And that stands for LEAD. So we are going to lead this school district into the future with a very, very high success rate. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the Board of Education for their hard work in developing these 4 goals. And we were very successful in developing action plans, and I'll talk a little bit about that during my superintendent comments. But we are excited about what the year ahead holds for our students and our families. And thank you, Board of Education, for working so hard. And I will entertain any questions that you may have at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Delatorre. I thought the presentation was very well done and very comprehensive. I really appreciate the staff for all their hard work. Probably not Jason, but other people. Okay, including Jason.
It's a recording, yeah.
He's read now. Okay, so I got the reaction I needed. Thank you, Jason, from the bottom of my heart. Okay, but also I'm going to beat Mr. Chang to the question. If you go back a slide.
Okay.
No, before that. Okay, where did that half a kid go if he didn't graduate?
That's a very good question.
Because I know Joseph's going to ask it, so I beat you.
It's 1 kid.
Yeah.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just.
That's a very good question, but I do want to speak to that. And I struggle with this every year, as my team knows, because when information is reported in Power School, it is reported to the state in a way that I don't think accurately accurately reflects our true graduation rate. So if you have a student who leaves San Marino High School and we don't know where that student went. So as an example, we've had students who have left the high school and moved out of country. And they're finishing school somewhere. It's just not here. So they, by definition, are not really dropouts. But when they're reporting this data to the state, it requires, if you don't know where they went, to report them as a dropout. And so anyway, we go back and forth on that all the time. And I know that my counterparts in other schools are very frustrated with that system. So it's probably not even an accurate figure. We probably, Ben has told me, Dr. Wolf has told me that we had 100% of his students graduate into 25, 26. So the class of 26, 100% of our students graduated. So this probably reflects a student who left the high school and moved and we don't know where they went. So it's confusing. It's a little misleading. And
I would skip the high school and went to college straight.
that's true. That could be what happened, right?
Yeah.
I like your attitude.
Well, we know that around the COVID period that there were a lot of students affected by the pandemic and they could not travel. And PCC faced the same situation where some of their kids could not return abroad and other people could not come and help them or to help them to move out or give finances. So there were a lot of issues even within the travel restrictions as well as money and what you can send over. So I'm sure that there are some travel issues that affect our
Yeah,
school.
I'm sure that's true.
Yeah, thank you for helping us.
I knew he was going to ask it because you asked it last year.
Yes, I'd just like to thank staff. I'd like to thank Dr. De La Torre for your leadership over the last 4 years as our superintendent, and look forward to you continuing in that role, leading us with LEAD, having an amazingly effective and efficient small team over there. I mean, we even made Dr. Rose get a second job.
Yes.
Uh,
That's right.
Even with me, yes. With me, we're productive.
Well, you're doubly as productive
Yes.
apparently. So just thank you all so much. And I hope that you have somewhat of a restful summer coming up. And thank you for that. If there's any more questions, we'll move on.
Thank you.
Okay, great. 10, consent section. Do I have a motion to approve the consent section 10A through 10O?
I'd like to make the motion
Thank you,
to
Mrs. Bryant.
approve consent sections A to O. Okay,
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
aye.
And Mrs. Gill, aye. And I'd like to just make a note that I did hear from Board Member Lamb, and she had a emergency with her child, so she could not make it. Just to note that she has an excused absence. 11, action items. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Stephen Choi to present a resolution calling an election for approval of an education parcel tax.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the Board of Education and executive team. Item 11A is an action item regarding resolution number 17, which calls for an election and places an education parcel tax measure before San Marino voters at the November 3rd, 2026 general election. This evening, I'll provide a summary of the key provisions of the resolution and its accompanying exhibits. Also joining us tonight is Joy Coomer from Team Civics, who is available to assist in answering any questions the board may have. So the district is currently receives locally controlled funding through 2 voter-approved parcel taxes, Measure E and Measure R. Together, these measures provide critical funding that helps sustain the high-quality educational programs, services, and opportunities valued by San Marino families and residents. Measure E was approved in 2009 and last renewed in 2021, generates $1,084 per parcel annually, and expires on June 30th, 2027. Measure R was approved even earlier in 1991 and recently renewed in 2025. It generates $415 per parcel annually and expires on June 30th, 2031. Based on community polling and feedback, as well as the district's ongoing educational and operational needs, staff recommends placing a measure on the November 2026 ballot to combine and renew these 2 existing parcel taxes into a single locally controlled special tax. The proposed measure would begin at the current combined rate of $1,499 per parcel, with annual cost of living adjustments consistent with the existing measures, and extend this revenue source for an additional 6-year period beginning July 1st, 2027. Revenue generated by the parcel tax would continue to support the district's educational priorities, including maintaining high-quality classroom instruction, preventing class size increases and staffing reductions, attracting and retaining highly qualified teachers and employees, while supporting advanced programs in mathematics, science, engineering, and technology. Approval of the measure would provide approximately $6.1 million annually to augment the district's general fund and help maintain the exceptional educational opportunities provided to our students. Included with the resolution are several exhibits. So let's start with Exhibit A. It contains the proposed ballot question that would appear before voters. And Exhibit B, it's on the same attachment, Mr. Wong. If you just scroll down after page 5. So that's Exhibit A. That includes the ballot language, the question that would appear before the voters. And then in Exhibit B, it contains the full text of the measure. The measure outlines the benefits of combining and renewing measures E and R into a single parcel tax, including greater simplicity, transparency, and fiscal stability. The proposed measure retains provisions substantially similar to those in the existing parcel taxes. It also preserves the current taxpayer protections and accountability measures, including restrictions that funds be used only for voter-approved purposes and the requirement that the district provide an annual report detailing revenues and expenditures. The exemptions provided under the measure would remain unchanged and would continue to be available to property owners age 65 or older, as well as individuals receiving supplemental security income or Social Security disability insurance benefits. So property owners who currently qualify for an exemption would not be required to reapply. Exhibit C is the formal request to the LA County Registrar's Recorder's Office, as well as the Los Angeles County Superintendent of Schools, to conduct the election on November 3rd, 2026. And the required notice must be submitted by August 7th, 2026. So this is an action item, and I welcome any questions that you may have. And it is recommended that the Board of Education adopt resolution number 17 as presented.
Thank you so much, Dr. Choi. And this is just confirming that there's no increase. It's just a complete combination of the two existing parcel taxes, correct?
Correct.
And the advantage would be what?
Well, it would simplify because we currently do have two parcel taxes, and it would simplify for a lot of the for the property owners when they receive their property tax bill, rather than seeing measures R and measures E on there, they'll see one measure. And then secondly, from an administrative point of view, it would help the school district administer one parcel tax rather than two. And then secondly, it's to save costs. By combining the two measures, the district, as well as the community, does not have to go out for a measure every 2 to 4 years. So rather than administering two, we'll administer one.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, if not, thank you so much. Is there a motion to approve the resolution calling an election for approval of an education parcel tax?
Salute.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is that Mrs. Ryan?
Yes.
Thank you. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Ms. Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
And Mrs. Gill, aye. I'd like to now turn it back over to Dr. Choi to present the 26-27 budget for approval.
All right, thank you. Good evening again, President Gill, members of the board and executive team. So item 11B is an action item recommending that the board approve and adopt the proposed 2026-27 budget. I will briefly recap the key elements of the proposed budget and highlight the updates since the last board meeting. The major planning factors remain largely unchanged following the governor's May revision. Local control funding formula funding continues to receive both the statutory cost of living adjustment as well as the additional state investment. The mandate block grant is projected to increase slightly, while the employer contribution rates for STRS and PERS continue to stabilize in the out years. On the revenue side, projected LCFF funding remains generally consistent with what was presented at the last meeting. One area that we are continuing to monitor is the new round of student support and professional development block grant funding. I drew a little box around that particular line. We're waiting for additional guidance from the state, which may result in an increase to the projected other state revenues. So that's good news. We just have to wait for some final estimates and numbers in that regard. On the expenditure side, salary projections have been updated to reflect the negotiated compensation increases for the 2026-27 as well as the 27-28 school years. And then looking at the multi-year projections, the district is expected to spend down a portion of its carryover reserves, resulting in some deficit spending through 27-28 before returning to a positive operating position in 28-29. As discussed in previous budget presentations, deficit spending is not inherently problematic, especially when it's planned and supported by available reserves, particularly when there's a clear path to fiscal recovery. The projections presented before you demonstrate that recovery. As you see in 28-29, it goes up to a surplus. With respect to the ending fund balance, the budget remains and continues to maintain the required 3% reserve for economic uncertainties, along with assigned balances for carryover expenditures and future position and salary adjustments. The district is also strategically committing portions of its fund balance to support long-term fiscal stability and key priorities. With the local reserve cap in effect for the 26-27 fiscal year, the district has limited flexibility to carry unrestricted reserves above the allowable threshold. As a result, a strategic approach is to commit fund balances for future educational priorities and anticipated needs while maintaining fiscal stability. There are 5 committed reserve categories reflected in the general fund. It's the last 5 rows there. You'll see that since the last board meeting, staff is recommending 2 additions, which is the $2 million commitment for instructional materials and textbooks. It was previously 1.5, and then a $1.5 million commitment for academics and program innovation. It was previously 1 million. These commitments help ensure that the district can continue investing in student learning while maintaining a prudent and stable financial position during periods of fiscal uncertainty. And just as a reminder, the district is required to submit an adopted budget to the LA County Office of Education by June 30th. And absent any significant changes, the next formal budget update will be presented in the first interim report in December. And with that, this is an action item, and it is recommended that the Board of Education approve and adopt the proposed 26-27 budget as presented.
Thank you, Dr. Choi, and thank you for your financial stewardship. Does the board have any questions? For anyone watching, we have seen this many times already, and we appreciate your thoroughness. So if there are no further questions, is there a motion to approve the 2026-27 budget?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Lam.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Roll call, Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lam,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
and Mrs. Gill, aye. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Dr. Lena Richter to share the 26-27 Local Control and Accountability Plan, also known as the LCAP, for the board's consideration and approval.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Delatorre, and Executive Cabinet. Pursuant to Education Code Section 52062, the district's proposed 26-27 LCAP, or Local Control Accountability Plan, was presented to the board during a public hearing at the June 9th Board of Education meeting for review and for public input. As a reminder, the 26-27 school year would serve as year 3 of the current year, as the current 3-year LCAP cycle. And since its presentation on June 9th, no significant program updates have been made. And as required by statute, the proposed 26-27 LCAP does require approval this evening and is therefore being presented as an action item 11C with staff recommendation for the board to take action to approve the 26-27 LCAP as proposed.
Questions? Okay, if there are no questions, is there a motion to approve the 2026-27 LCAP?
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan. Second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Roll call, Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lam,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
and Mrs. Gill, aye. I'd like to turn it back over to Dr. Choi at this time to present resolution number 15, authorizing the establishment of committed funds.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board and executive team. 11D is an action item recommending the board approve resolution number 15, authorizing the establishment of the committed funds. As the board may recall, the district already maintains several committed funds. This resolution updates the names and funding levels of those existing commitments to better reflect the district's current financial priorities and reserves and to comply with the local reserve cap. The committed funds and their corresponding amounts are listed on page 2 of the resolution. 5 of those committed funds are designated within the general fund, while the cash flow reserve is maintained within Fund 17 as Fund 17.2. This is an action item, and the staff recommends that the Board of Education approve and adopt Resolution 15 as presented.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please. Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lam,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Thank you. Now I'd like to turn it over to Superintendent Dr. De La Torre to present resolution number 16 to the Board of Education for approval.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the Board of Education, executive team. This evening, the board is considering resolution number 16 related to the November 3rd, 2026 general election for the San Marino Unified School District Board of Education. As the board is aware, we have 3 board member seats up for re-election. State law requires the board to establish the maximum length of candidate statements and determine how the cost associated with those statements will be handled. Through this resolution, the board establishes a maximum candidate statement length of 200 words and requires candidates who choose to submit a statement for the voter information guide to pay the estimated cost of publication at the time of filing. The action is administrative in nature and ensures compliance with applicable election requirements. Staff recommends approval of resolution number 16.
Is there a motion to approve resolution number 16, 200 maximum word limitation for candidate statements for the November 3rd, 2026 Board of Education regular election?
Move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb and Mr. Chang. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan, and Mrs. Gill. Aye. Now to Dr. Choi. Thank you. To Dr. Choi to present the 2026-27 certification of signatures.
Thank you again. Item 11F is an action item recommending the board approve 26-27 certification of signatures. This annual procedural document is required by California Education Code and identifies the district officials authorized to sign documents and conduct financial transactions on behalf of the district. The primary updates for the 26-27 school year include the designation of Michelle Cota as principal of Huntington Middle School and the addition of Kwok Long as director of technology. This is an action item and staff recommends that the Board of Education approve the 26-27 certification of signatures as presented.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the 2026-27 certification of signatures?
I move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Lena Richter to present the West San Gabriel Valley SELPA Community Advisory Council Parent Representative.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. De La Torre, and Executive Cabinet. Item 11G is a procedural item. As many of us know, the West San Gabriel Valley SELPA Community Advisory Committee is an advisory committee made up of parents and community members from 14 member school districts. The CAC, the Community Advisory Committee, serves as an advisory board to review and help develop the local plan for special education required under the California Ed Code 56190. The CAC recommends annual priorities to be addressed by the SELPA. It encourages community involvement, assists in parent education, and provides support to families who have children in special education. Voting members are appointed and approved by the school board of each district. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the appointment of Ms. Heather Jones, who is very excited to serve as the parent representative of the West San Gabriel Valley SELPA Community Advisory Council through the 26-27 school year.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Can we know which school the parent come from?
I do not know the school.
Huntington.
Huntington?
Legion.
Okay.
Thank you. And with that, do I have a motion to approve the West San Gabriel Valley SELPA Community Advisory Council, CAC, Parent Representative Heather Jones?
I move to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Roll call, Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Jason Rose to present the California School Employees Association, CSCA, Chapter 120, Tentative Agreement.
All right, thank you, President Gill, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. De La Torre, and Executive Cabinet. As you may recall from the June 9th, 2026 board meeting, the board approved the tentative agreement between the district and CSEA Chapter 120. As part of the negotiation process, our local chapter submits the tentative agreement through CSEA's own approval process. And this is known as the 610 process. And pursuant to the California School Employees Association 610 process, CSEA, the Board of Education is asked to approve the California School Employees Association Chapter 120's amended tentative agreement between the district and CSEA, originally dated May 27th of 2026. This amendment contains no substantive language changes and does not amend the salary and benefit terms of the agreement. It is recommended that the board approve the tentative agreement between the San Marino Unified School District and CSEA Chapter 120.
Do you have any questions? Thank you. And with that, no questions. Is there a motion to approve the California School Employees Association, CSCA Chapter 120 tentative agreement?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Ms. Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Now to Dr. Choi to present the AB 1200 Public Disclosure of Collective Bargaining Agreements for the San Marino Teachers Association, SMTA.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board, executive team. As required by AB 1200, California public school districts must publicly disclose the fiscal provisions of all new or amended collective bargaining agreements prior to ratification. This process promotes transparency and fiscal accountability while helping to ensure the district's continued financial stability and its ability to provide high-quality educational opportunities to students. Items 11I, J, and K on tonight's agenda are action items related to these required disclosures. Item 11I is the AB 1200 public disclosure for the agreement between the district and the San Marino Teachers Association covering the 26-27 and 27-28 school years. This report outlines the fiscal impact of the negotiated agreement, which includes a 4% ongoing salary schedule increase and a one-time 5% off-schedule payment for unit members in 26-27. And for 27-28, the agreement includes a 3% ongoing salary schedule increase and a one-time 3% off-schedule payment. As required by law, this disclosure will be reviewed by the Los Angeles County Office of Education to verify that the district will maintain the required reserve levels throughout the term of the agreement. This is an action item, and it is recommended that the Board of Education approve the AB 1200 disclosure for the SMTA agreement as presented.
Any questions from the board? Okay, do I have a motion to approve AB 1200 Public Disclosure of Collective Bargaining Agreement with San Marino Teachers Association, SMTA?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Sung.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Ms. Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Thank you, Dr. Choi. Back to you.
Item 11J is the public disclosure for the agreement between the district and the CSEA, Chapter 120 for 26-27 and 27-28 school years. This report outlines the fiscal impact of the negotiated agreement, which also includes a 4% ongoing salary schedule increase and a one-time 5% off-schedule payment for unit members in the 26-27 school year. For 27-28, the agreement includes a 3% ongoing salary schedule increase and a one-time 3% off-schedule payment. As with the other negotiated agreements presented this evening, this disclosure demonstrates that the district can meet its financial obligations under the agreement while maintaining the required reserve levels. This is an action item, and again, it's recommended that the Board of Education approve the AB 1200 disclosure for the CSEA agreement as presented.
Thank you. Is there a motion or questions, if there's any questions? May I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. Roll call, Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Ms. Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Now, Dr. Choi again.
Yes, 11K is the public disclosure for the agreement between district and its management, administrative, confidential, and unrepresented salary employees for the 26-27 and 27-28 school years. Similar to the previous disclosure, it includes a 4% ongoing salary schedule increase and a one-time 5% off-schedule payment for the 26-27 school year. For 27-28, the agreement includes a 3% ongoing salary schedule increase and a one-time 3% off-schedule payment. As with all AB disclosures, this report demonstrates that the district can meet its financial obligations of the agreement while maintaining the required reserve levels. This is an action item, and again, it's recommended that the Board of Education approve the AB 1200 disclosure for the district's management, administrative, confidential, and unrepresented salary employees as presented.
May I have a motion to approve the management and administrative, confidential, and unrepresented salary employees?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. Roll call, Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. Thank you, Dr. Choi. Okay, moving on to item number 12, communications section. Communications from the Board of Education. We ask that each board member take no more than 3 minutes to share their communications. Mr. Chang?
The past Sunday, I spent more than 10 hours stay in UCLA because there is a biotech symposium. So I listen and also I interview some of startup owner. So the reason, I want our high school student, they can have a more the opportunity for internship for the medical art academy. Yeah. So I find the one the professor is very good, but not every student can go with her with him. Yeah. Yeah. So we need to, and I also find this professor recruit a lot of Westside student, like a Harvard Westlake. Yeah. The several students stay with him. Yeah, they are doing a lot of research and also they give the chance for publicize the article. So I hope can get a compromise and then they can accept our student. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. Mr. Sung?
Yeah, so thank you, everybody. Then I'd like to share one thing. Then, since I'm an AI committee, I share with Mr. Kwok briefly too. It seems like in the private corporations, they say that 70% of employees start to worry about the AI now. So it seems like actually this is the first time I see the actual data, and we can kind of see that a lot of technologies coming in and a lot of parents. And I heard the screen time that they worry about this. I know it's a lot of things and certain things and coming in. I guess best way to resolve that is we kind of communicate it and we kind of give it a pathway. And me and Mr. Kwok is try to going around the PTA meeting and talk about the technology and AI. So if any parents interested or concerned about their kid, please come and join the PTA, and we're gonna try to coordinate with Mr. Kwok and we're gonna explain it. Let me give you one joke. Like the older son was playing the chess in the computer for like an hour, and my younger one is, you having too much play the screen time. So this is a kind of joke, but the screen time is all not same. Just because you look in the screen, it's difference between you playing the really fast-paced game versus you reading of books in the screen, right? We need to see the more quality of the contents we're looking at it, just looking at the quantity of hours and spend. That's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sung. Ms. Lamb?
I didn't attend any public school events since our last meeting, but since this is the last meeting for the school year and until August, I do wish the community, our students, teachers, and family to have a safe and restful summer. We look forward to continuing the work in August.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb. Mrs. Ryan?
Also want to wish the community the same and nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. I just have a quick comment. I just wanted to thank the staff and extended staff who put so much work into making the goals that we created over those 2 days, putting them into practice. So, we are the what and you are the how, and we really look forward to seeing that come alive this coming school year with LEAD. So I am attending the bond subcommittee meeting this coming Thursday with more updates to come on Measure M and meeting with the architects and getting some more details. I was up at the field. It is well underway, so that's really exciting at the high school. And I saw Valentine, their former jungle gym was in a pile. It was, it's going to be so great to see the kids get to play on that this coming August. So I will attend the City Club 100th anniversary celebration this coming Tuesday. I hope to see my fellow City Club members there as well. And Hunter Chang, our council member, I'm betting you're going to be there as well. So looking forward to that. So thank you, and everyone, I hope you have a wonderful summer, as I said earlier, and look forward to seeing you back here.
Okay.
Dr. De La Torre?
Yes, I just would like to provide a brief summary of the District Leadership Learning Experience held at the UCLA Conference Center from June 10th through the 13th. Our first day was focused on school safety and emergency preparedness. We were fortunate to have along Stevie, who is a safety expert, provide comprehensive and tactical active shooter training to all of our district leaders. Participants engaged in hands-on learning activities and practical exercises designed to strengthen situational awareness, emergency response protocols, and leadership decision-making during crisis situations. The training reinforced our ongoing commitment to maintaining safe learning and working environments for students and staff. On the second day, our leadership team participated in professional development led by Dr. Ara Arzumanian. From Clearwell, Dr. Arzumanian provided in-depth training on the essentials of strengths-based practices, helping educators and administrators better understand the developmental stages of young people and what they experience and how that understanding can be used to build meaningful relationships that support student success. In addition, the training explored effective verbal and nonverbal communication, psychological development, psychosocial development, internal versus external locus of control, growth mindset, fixed mindset, and grit. Grounded in both research and practical application, this learning supports our student-centered approach that the Board of Education has expressed interest in. And it is helpful for our faculty, staff, and administrators to recognize the unique strengths and potential within every student while continuing to educate the whole child. On the third day, we engaged in leadership discussions focused on the Board of Education's 4 broad-based strategic goals for 26-27. Using those goals as our framework, each school, site, and department had collaborated to develop action plans aligned with the board's priorities for the upcoming school year 26-27. These discussions created a shared sense of purpose and accountability and ensured that our work across the school district remains focused on advancing student achievement, well-being, and organizational excellence. Overall, the leadership learning experience provided an important opportunity to strengthen our collective capacity in the areas of safety, student support, communication, and strategic planning as we prepare for the 26-27 school year. So in addition to that, we have been very busy looking for a new assistant principal of Henry E. Huntington Middle School, which we have found. And I would like to turn it over to Dr. Jason Rose, our Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, to introduce our wonderful Huntington Middle School Assistant Principal. Dr. Rose.
All right, thank you, Dr. De La Torre. Board, I am pleased to introduce you to Dr. Jeremy Adams. He comes to us from San Jose, the San Jose area. We had roughly 60 candidates that applied for the position. And very quickly, Dr. Adams stood out. He went through 2 rounds of interviews, which involved the principal, involved certificated staff, involved classified staff, involved the cabinet members, and also the superintendent. Just a quick little bio on Dr. Adams. He originally got his degree from Johns Hopkins University, then received his master's degree from Santa Clara, and then recently earned his doctorate from San Jose State, the Spartans, I believe, correct? Spartans, yes. So he has served time, or I shouldn't say served time, spent time in the Peace Corps. He comes to us with elementary and middle school teaching experience. He has administrative experience both in the private sector, private schools and public schools. He has also spent some time as a coordinator. He has also led his own school, so he comes to us with a wealth of experience. In addition, he's also, I believe, spent time as a guest lecturer for Santa Clara, or a summer of doing lecturing at Santa Clara. So we are very pleased to have him join our team. We think that we found a superstar, and it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Jeremy Adams to the team.
Do you want to say something?
Say something?
Do you want to say anything?
Would you like to read?
and getting the district more. I've worked at a lot of schools that are high performing, but one of the things I love about this district, in addition to one that focus on the whole and that is more than just the numbers. It's about the children and how they grow, and just allow you to be part of this team. The work you all do, especially the close work that's done in the community, and I appreciate the work you all do.
Thank you and welcome,
Welcome.
Dr. Adam.
Welcome.
With that, do we have any other discussion items?
No.
Okay, well then I would like to adjourn the meeting at 7:10. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.